is just fantastic. Captain's log, subdate 21008.5. A minor warp engine mishap has forced us to drop to impulse. Apparently, the engine has suffered a cascade effect that was only stopped by a crewman jamming a spoon into the power conduits. F for that particular crewman. Yes, they were wearing a red shirt. Welcome everyone to the exhibition of stupid people. Today we have 4 subjects I'd like to go through, all of which I have deemed to be arguably the funniest and of course the stupidest. Before we even start, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch tonight. Probably more murder fun time because I've still yet to find my mojo to do the simulator-based games I'm known for playing. Air quotes around the word playing. Link to my Twitch in the description down below. Please consider swinging by for a casual chit-chat and game. To start, and we're going to start strong here, we're going to go with coronavirus and how it has impacted Halloween. For this we need Amazon, because Amazon had listed this beautiful, glorious looking mask. Look at the colours on those. Absolutely fantastic. They are the Corona Halloween mask, made of latex of course, made in China. There's a joke there, a really obvious joke. Do I need to make that joke, or have you all cottoned on? Well, understandably, a number of parenting groups have gotten a bit triggered by this, rather amusing, cheap mask. So much so that Amazon have had to remove this hugely distasteful coronavirus Halloween mask from the UK Amazon website. Many police chiefs have called for Halloween and bonfire nights along with fireworks celebrations to be cancelled this year. Much sadness had by all. I was so looking forward to cuddling 4 dogs while they hid inside from all the loud bangs. Yes, terrifying stuff. In the product description for the coronavirus Halloween mask, which I think looks fantastic, it described the mask as leaving a lasting impression and also being amazing. My honest and sincere view of these particular Halloween masks, though, is they look fantastic. They're cheap latex masks, playing on something that has been causing a lot of stress, finding a way to make light without diminishing the effects it has on people. So a Halloween mask would certainly work, since the whole point of Halloween is to scare people, would work. I assume next on the chopping block then would be Firebox, since, and as I purchased one I know they sell this, they sell coronavirus plushes. Here's my one. It looks fantastic. And much like the Halloween mask, I don't consider it to be distasteful because they sell STD plushes as well. At least they're consistent. Moving on from that, we should talk about Subway. I'm sure everyone's had a Subway in their life or has at least heard of Subway. Or if you're really unlucky, you've had some Jared Subway in your life. Well, in Ireland, Subway sandwiches, there was an argument made about the tax rate, the VAT, the value added tax. This came courtesy of an appeal by Bookfinders Limited, who are a Subway franchisee, who have claimed that it should not have to pay value added tax, as many of the products it sells are staple foods and should because of that attract a 0% value added tax rate. However, the 5-judge court has ruled that the sandwiches must attract a rate of VAT because of its sugar content. How typically American, we're off to a banging start. It's nice to get an Italian footlong, but as is the case with anything American, they just can't help but... Yeah, and here I was thinking I would only be using that for twat. Oh, how wrong I was. The reason for this with the additional sugar is because of the bread. It's considered to be a staple product, which is why it doesn't attract a VAT. However, the sugar content should not exceed 2% of the weight of flour included in the dough. How does this affect Subway? Well, it's because 10% of the Subway bread is sugar. Bookfinders, to be honest, set themselves up to fail because they submitted an appeal, a claim even, to the Revenue Commissioners in 2006 because they sought a refund for VAT payments made from the period January to February 2004 to November-December 2005, which was at a rate of 9.2%, with them claiming it should have been subjected to 0%. I know someone now wants to add the inevitable, "But Meg, taxation is theft!" Sure, but I just want to poke fun at Subway, okay? Bookfinders did argue that all of the ingredients, if included, would have to have exceeded the allowed percentage in order to fall outside the 0% rate, which would be more than just the sugar, and into the 13.5% rate. The judges, understandably, rejected this and agreed that it was clear that once the allowed percentage was exceeded for any one ingredient, the bread lost its 0% rate. There was also another argument about VAT rates applying to cooked products and cold products which had then been heated, with bookfinders arguing that only cold tea and coffee, which had been heated, fell under the 13.5% rate, while hot tea and coffee came under the 0% rate. Understandably, the court rejected this. Bookfinders, you set yourself up to fail here. Well done. Marvellous. Now let's talk about Prince Harry being an absolute div. So courtesy of an article from The Telegraph, which I had originally seen via a tweet under the hashtags Meghan and Harry and Black History Month, because the UK's is in October. I didn't know that. Harry has been speaking up against institutionalised racism, because that's what you want. Someone who's a member of the royal family to speak up on race issues. I feel like he doesn't see the irony, but someone might want to point it out to him. He is in America now. So the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have called on Britain, that country he abandoned, to grasp the opportunity to tackle structural racism by saying that the world is created by white people for white people. That is one of the most Western perceptions you'll get when it comes to global issues, because apparently white people did in fact create the world. And there I was thinking it was God. My mistake. Or was it the Isu? Or was it the Ragnos, if you're going to be paying attention to different franchises? He continued by saying, "We cannot change our history, nor can we edit our past. Tell that to those pulling down statues. But we can define our future as one that is inclusive, as one that is equal, and one that is colourful." Oh boy, you really are the epitome of wealth and privilege, speaking down to the peasantry as if you know better. You are more out of touch with reality than a politician or a ghost. It is astonishing how arrogant you have become, or how much of a simp, I guess, for those who think it. When last I checked, weren't you the guy that went to a fancy dress party as a Nazi? Surely you're the last person who should be giving the world education about what it means to be racist, or do better to prevent racism, or to be more inclusive. You're a precious person, you know that, Harry, right? Harry has claimed that with his new life he has become awoken to racism, because he wasn't aware of many of the issues and problems within the UK and also globally. I doubt you would be aware of the issues, but then chances are, if you're being fed information from your American wife on British issues, chances are you don't have a freaking clue about the issues in the United Kingdom, and they are certainly not comparable to that of the US, so don't even try me. The dislike many have towards the royal family has been going on for a long, long time, but oddly enough, it's starting to sway because of you and your wife. Congratulations. You've made the royal family relevant by making them distance themselves from two morons. The final subject, and this one's a call to arms. It really is. In this world, and on this internet, we have national treasures. But the internet's a bit different. The internet has a global treasure, and there is only one global treasure on the internet. His name is Rick Moranis, most notable for Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and sequels, and Ghostbusters, the good ones. He retired from his acting career to look after his kids after his wife passed away, and he very recently came out of retirement because his kids are grown up and moved on. He did the absolute right thing. Children first. And for that, the internet loves him. And they always will love him, because he's Rick freaking Moranis. Seriously. Well, with this in mind, we should perhaps introduce this. That was Rick Moranis getting floored by a moron wearing a mask which makes it very difficult to identify him. Rick Moranis had to go to hospital because of that. Turns out hitting a 67-year-old man and him hitting the floor has consequences. We've already lost Eddie Van Halen. I don't think we want to lose Rick Moranis. If anyone's going next, it's going to be Gene Simmons, and you all know it. To the yob, yuppie, oik, pleb, moron that struck a global treasure. It's probably best you go hide. It was unprovoked, we all know that. No one touches Rick Moranis. It's why the internet is hunting for you. You don't want to be found. The internet cannot be trusted if you're found. Just saying. As we're done here, I'd love to know what you think. Please do let me know in the comments down below. If I don't see you on Twitch tonight, have a fantastic Thursday. And thank you all for listening.